As I promised, we're going to go through Overpass here. Now, Overpass is a map that is very unique compared to the other maps. Now, I know you could say, well, listen, you're stupid. Every map is unique. It's like, you know, they're all different. What do you mean, Crunch? You're on something today. Maybe I am.
Ooh, that booty.
I rather think of it as two big lanes, right? And then with one connector piece in the middle. The most important thing I could say is no matter what, to have one person in connector. Now, they could be upper connector, they could be lower connector, they could be all the way on T side of connector. Now, whether or not that person is going to push, whether or not they're going to sit, you know, that's round dependent. But not having someone in connector can cause a bit of confusion. It can result in less chances to win a round. And what I mean by that is, as I load up this EZEC here, give me 1 second. I have to look at the keyboard because I never learned how to type. Let me see if I can do this without looking at the keyboard. Come on, come on. Fuck. I looked. So what I mean is this. Right, let's show an example here. If you have, for say, one person all the way back here. This person could literally sit here for a solid minute. They don't have to push. They can play over here. You know, it doesn't matter. This will literally give you connector control to an extent, maybe like 75% control. If your team's up here, you know, your team's up here, and they're finding that there is, let's just say they find out that there's 3 A side. Maybe there's one long, one deep bathroom, one holding the side angle. If you have a player down here, whether they're here, back here, that player, you know, instantly knows to maybe set up a smoke for heaven, not molly something back there, maybe even molly here. Because check this out, right? Like you can... You know, if I wasn't dog shit at aiming. Try that again. You can molly that off. You can get a smoke into heaven, all from this spot right here. So you find out that there's 3 there, you smoke, you molly, bam, you're out on here. You take the 5v2 fight, or whatever they have left on each side. You know what I mean. But when you have everybody on this one side of the map, and hey, maybe you're just shoveling straight up A, right? You know, that's fair. But for say that they're stacking, for say it's just not working on the A side of the map, having this player, and you want this player to have nades, for sure. This player needs to have nades. Because if this player has nades, they instantly can just smoke, molly, maybe do a little shebanger flash. It's one of my favorites. And then bam, you're onto the site, right? If you don't have that player, you're going to be taking this site as they're rotating on, so it's not like you're really getting an advantage there. Always have someone connector, no matter what. And that connector player should not be the most aggressive player unless it's part of the strat. By the strat, I mean if your goal for your team is to, say, push out B short fast, you know, you want this player to be assisting from this angle as fast as possible, because these people have a horrible angle that they have to take. This is such a bad angle for Ts to take, because CTs have double layer of cover here. Just having this player so then they don't get flanked as well, because you want to be able to take this part of the map and set up your nades if you do need to set any up without having to worry about this. Just setting up nades and having to worry about these 2 fronts, I guess you could say, is one of the more difficult things about Overpass. Because most of the nades for B site come from here. Yes, you can throw a couple nades from here. So speaking of nades, one of the mollies that I like to throw if I'm going through monster side and we're taking monster fast is I line up right on the edge here as far as I can go. And I aim at where the graffiti on the bottom side of this beam touches the beam. And then I just run a little bit and then do my jump throw. If done right, that should molly off arrow. So maybe I let go a little too early there, but You get the point. So that's a really good one for barrels if you can't make it into short. And that'll happen. That'll happen when you can't make it there. So I usually couple this with a molly.
What?
I meant with a flash. So I throw that molly and then I'll throw the flash. But the idea is with the flash here is that if it's far enough to the right, so if you get your flash to land over here, this is like the perfect spot, right where my character's body is. Because not only will the T's will be completely fine. Like if I throw a flash up there for say, and I'm here, like that doesn't even bother. See if I could actually get that. So if I throw it like maybe there. But anyways, you get the point. Like the goal is to flash on an angle that will completely destroy anybody playing here or even back here. Just so then the T's can like get out. Because that's like the hardest thing about taking B site. It's just getting out of the damn tunnel. Once you're out tunnel, it becomes very difficult for CTs. Because once you know where they are on the site, like they're basically fucked. I think that's basically it for this. Obviously, you can yeet the flash through the tunnel. Because that's where they're going to be looking. Yeah, if you throw it right through, they're going to look at that. But it makes a lot of bounces. It forces the T's to do this while entering the site. So, I don't know, it's just... It works, but like... I just like throwing it over just so that it doesn't blind anyone. There's plenty. There are so many smokes you can throw from here. Because most of the nades for B site come from here. From this spot, you can throw so many. You can throw one for mid site into the center of site. If you want to be more direct with your smokes and smoke off closer angles, this one's a little tricky. I know there is one right here though. Yeah, so this one's just for a fast plant. It smokes off this angle down here. And you can couple that smoke, or even triple. I don't know if that's a word, triple the smoke. So if you want to just like squeeze out a plant and somehow you manage to have 3 smokes in your team, this is like a triple smoke maneuver. And if people can move out of the way, you can get this one down. You know, you could plop a smoke there, one in there. And then, or you could do the smoke that I just showed a second ago that banks off this wall. So this basically guarantees that you can come out here and get the bomb down. And you want to do that with at least one person coming out monster, so then you can take it. So, yeah. So usually the goal for like a good B push is 2 monster, and then you have 2 pushing towards construction. So in this case, you always want to drop a flash here, right on the sand pile, and then it'll pop back here. You do this because many CTs like to take this fast as a way to get more ground. So then they're not just holding from B. So if they're pushing out, it forces them to kind of fall back or molly this. And they'll immediately give your team short control. The only thing you have to worry for is them playing this angle, which you can clear with the teammate that went with you. So after that, a very simple nade combo. Jump up here, tuck into this corner here. If you crouch, you'll get wedged. If you stand, you will not. Crouched, push into that. I get stuck. Stand up. Aim at this triangle here from the wire. You aim at the bottom part of it, and then you just left click. They'll smoke right on that edge there. And then from that same spot, you don't even need to move. So you can get back in there. From that same spot, aim your molly at the top of this little rectangle piece at the top of the pipe. And no molly barrel side. So if you're this player coming here, you could literally use 2 of your nades efficiently, like perfectly, like best use of your nade, best bang for the buck, best tickle of the peach. I don't really know anymore. Then you can even, if you know the guy is like graffiti, you could even bank one there. On the contrary, you can throw a molly over the wall to prevent the rotate down. If your team's already out monster, you know they already take the site. Like, be that person that molly's here. I know I just missed it. Like, this, when this molly's down, that's the round clutched out. I had a clip from my last Overpass game where usually when you do this boost on the rail, you know, you're probably looking for the kill on barrels or maybe the kill from heaven. But instead of getting a kill, we actually got info that somebody left B site. So what I did was I quickly mollied that while I was boosted. I smoked heaven, and then we pushed B. Because now they can't rotate to help. So whoever's on site is just fucking stuck. It's like you isolated the site. They can't back off and retake unless they're playing down here and just waiting. But as T's, knowing that you have the entrances blocked, you shouldn't wait to clear the site. Like that's like another thing that most people will be like, oh yeah, obviously. But like people won't think of that in the moment. And it's like good to remember yourself. Like clear site. Clear site while the entrances are smoked or mollied. Just so then they can't trade. Because imagine trying to clear this while that's not smoked or that's not smoked. You know, you're gonna, like, you're dead. So if you're the connector player and you know someone's maybe there, maybe you're the CT trying to retake, right? And you don't want to peek this. I hate when people do this flash. Like, they're gonna hear that, they're gonna see that. Don't bother. Use this one. Learn this one actually from Stewie, so credit to Stu. Tuck yourself into this corner here, crouch, and then just look straight up while you're looking straight ahead and aim at the edge of the rail and left click. I'll pop and land right in there. So as this one's literally falling, open it, and then you're good. B push. If you have someone playing short, and you also have somebody out here long, you want your monster players. For say it's smoked here, right? Yes, you can hold back here or here. But if you have somebody on short, if you have a short player all the way up to here, holding this angle, this person playing monster better fucking be right here, ready to fucking go. Because once this person pushes out, assuming you smoke this spot, because that's probably the most important. Also, it blocks heaven. Assuming you smoke that, if this person dies from the person that should be here, this person better fucking be ready to trade. That's a free kill. So if you notice that your teammate's all the way up and he's peeking, don't be back here. This is useless. Be up here already. Be ready to go to trade this guy. A lot of CSGO is about trading. I know that's like straightforward shit, but be with a teammate. Don't be sitting too far away to the point he's gonna die. Obviously, you have to coordinate this stuff. So, you know, if you're this person here and you pushed up to here and you're not telling your teammate that you're deep up short already, ready to go, and then you die, don't blame him for not trading because that's too late. You have to kind of read each other and talk it out. Because sometimes you're just in the moment, and that's understandable. You're in the moment, you can't mention what you're doing. Makes sense.